I am short, fat, bald by the standards of my time, poorly educated. I have a lisp, and I stutter. And yet I went on to give the greatest speeches, the greatest radio addresses in the 20th century, and am considered by many to be the greatest leader of the 20th century, if not all time. My name is Winston Churchill. Folks, a lot of lessons can be learned from Winston Churchill. He's certainly been written about, studied. So many books have been written about him. He's not that far away from Lincoln in terms of books churned out about him. I do think that many people miss some of the most important lessons about him as a communicator. He understood that if you have passion, if you really give a lot of thought to what you want to say, you practice, and you deliver your words with conviction, you can overcome all that stuff. So many people write themselves off as communicators, and they say, oh, I don't look good enough, I have a face for behind the scenes, or I have a stutter, or I have an accent, or my vocabulary isn't big enough. People are very quick to scratch themselves off as potential leaders, potential communicators, public speakers, because they have one flaw. And here Winston Churchill had many flaws. He didn't let it bother him. He simply let it motivate him to work harder, practice harder. So you might not be the best looking person. You might not have perfect fluency. You might even have a speech impediment. But chances are the raw material you're handed in life is as good or better than what Winston Churchill had. Look what he did with himself. You might not win the war against Hitler, but you might also land in a major leadership position if you speak out regularly and hone your communication skills.